Hello and welcome back to Terrain by Aaron. This week I'm going to take two containers, one from this toy, Jurassic Park toy, and a dishwasher container, and make a supply robot. Hopefully throw in some Gunpla parts into it, and well, let's start scratching that build. Firstly, I need to release this toy from its tomb. I'll probably give that to my cat. And think about sanding this down so we get a better purchase for when other things are being stuck to it. But before any of that, I'm just trying to get an idea in my head as to how I want to proceed, since I never make any drawings simply because I'd obsess over a piece I've probably drawn and I will never finish a build. So what I'm thinking is that's going to be the top. I noticed the dishwasher container has a slight groove on it that won't make it sit on the egg, so I'm carefully going to cut away a square from the egg to let it hopefully sit flush when both parts are together. Although soft, this plastic is a little brittle and I've got to be careful while I'm nipping away because I don't want it to crack. Well, no surprise there, as the plastic did crack. I'll try and sort that with plasticard shortly. With cutting that piece out, it's changed the structure of the egg, so I'll have to hot glue both parts together shortly, but the dishwasher container actually nicely fits on the top now. To address the crack in the egg, I cut some strips of plasticard. Sand down the surface so the glue has a better bond to the plastic, and stick those strips of plasticard into place. I'll run hot glue along the joins of the egg and ever so gently try and get both pieces aligned together. Using more hot glue, it's time to stick the dishwasher container to the egg. I made a slight mistake here as I didn't properly align the container onto the egg. Hopefully once built I can correct the angle with how the robot stands. I go over all the joins with super glue and baking powder just to give it all more strength. Now it's time to add detail to the top container, so I'll just cut down some strips of thin plasticard and glue them on. I'm raiding my bit box of train parts here for Greeblies. I don't want to overpower the top with a lot, so I'm just going to see what fits and what looks okay. Saying that, this piece is from a model tank, which I'm going to use as an engine port. In my mind, I'm thinking this platform can hover so it can lift itself on or off the robot when needed, so these tyre rims can be hover lifters. Now this part is from a train kit. I'm just going to nip bits off so it looks tidy and not hopefully recognisable, and then glue them straight onto the container. Because you're not really going to see the underneath of the platform, I'm just looking for a suggestion of there's something going on, if that makes sense. I got this kit cheap and thought it would be great to try and harvest as many parts from it as possible. I just didn't realise there was so many parts. I'm gonna follow the instructions for building the legs, no glue required, which is nice, and while I do that, I'm dropping names on screen right now from my awesome subscribers who leave comments or tips on previous builds. I know this isn't for everyone, but I have a members page where for €2 a month you get to see builds weeks in advance of anyone else and also help the channel with supplies. I'm also thinking about doing a couple of live shows, so leave a comment on what I should build or what you would like to see while watching. I dabbled with live shows way back when I first started, not knowing anything, but I would like to know if there's an interest where we could interact in the group chat and stuff like that. So just leave a comment and leave your suggestion. So after all that talking, I finally made some feet and legs. The seams on the legs were a bit gappy, so using some Vallejo plastic putty, I quickly covered all that up. Once dry, I sanded it all down using the other half's nail file and attached the waist to the legs. Because the waist wasn't straight, I filled in some gaps with plasticard so I had a bigger gluing surface to attach to my egg. Before I did that, I started on the arms and weapons. There was a little flashing on the underneath of the gun, so I'm just scraping it away. It amazes me the level of detail these Gunpla or Gundam kits have. My fingers is the robot head, and bringing out Jeff the hairdryer, as some people have asked if he's still around. He'll be starting his own YouTube channel soon if he gets any more fan mail. So I'm finally ready to start assembly. I start with the head. I pre-drilled a hole into the egg so that the head could sit flush. I chose hot glue to stick the waist to the egg. I'll go back around using super glue and baking powder off screen. And that stands rather nicely now, unaided. With a lot of trepidation, I wanted to make holes for a rod to go through the egg to attach both arms. I've got to be careful here because I've already cracked this egg once, and cracking it again I won't be able to repair it. But with a little care and attention, I managed to get the acrylic rod through the holes. I did it this way so I knew that both arms would be centre to each other. Please do not copy me, as this is not the correct way to measure and cut. By golly, by gosh, it actually worked. First time. I may need to lie down for a little bit now. Then I started adding all the other Gundam bits to my model, making slight alterations for them to fit. I like using leftover sprues on my models as it's free and also has interesting shapes. I'll use this to add some kind of engine with pipes coming out of it. Do take care if you're ever doing this, as the flame and melted plastic are very hot. What I'm trying to do is shape the sprue slightly so it fits around the shape of the egg. Also do this with all the doors and windows open, because those fumes are not fun to get onto your lungs. Now that the sprue is in the shape I'm looking for, I'll attach that to the back of the egg. And for the pipes, I'll use my very own branded pokey ear sticks, gifted to me by one of my subscribers, the Wolflark. Thank you so much, I do appreciate it. I'm going to cut these down and twist them into shape to attach to the sprue at the back. To the pokey ear stick, I've added a bead to give it a little detail as a joint. And I just glue it into place. On the other end of the pokey ear stick, I used a small tire just to give it like it's a connector, and went around joining all the other sprues together. The small tire is from a 1/72 scale model tank. More Gundam parts I'm going to add to the platform. Remember I said I wanted it to look like it could work independently to the robot, and I think by adding these finishes off that look. The gun arm kept falling off, so I'm just going to get that put on. I think I might have to glue that into the joint. For the containers, I made these out of scrap XPS foam, covered them with cardboard and greebled them up. They were for another project, but I can always make some more. I work out how I want them to sit, making sure nothing is top heavy before hot gluing them to the platform. Now with everything done, it's on the spinny spin wheel for a base coat of black. And I almost forgot to add the code word. Put this into your comments so I know you got here before skipping to the glam shots. And the code word is Autobot. In my makeshift spray booth, I sprayed the egg orange as I envisioned this robot working on a dock, so I had to be brightly coloured. Again, I'm using my lazy painting style to give the base colour a little show in areas as wear and tear on the paint. For the base, I'm using paint from Two Thin Coats. It's called Blue Steel, and I had to add a lot of flow improver to get it to work through the airbrush, but it did its job and came out really well. Still using Blue Steel, and there's a reference to Zoolander there somewhere. I painted the pew pew weapon and then added some detail using Corn Red by Citadel Colour. Then I slowly went around the robot and just painted the Gundam pieces that I'd stuck onto it. Again, using some Citadel paint, I painted all the containers with a white grey. I tried some chipping using the other half's makeup sponge. It wasn't the correct sponge, but it did an okay job. And this is something I need to practice more on and hopefully get better with it. I added a couple of transfers to the robot, suggesting there was more than one of his kind. At this point, I decided this needed a quick and simple base, so grabbed some XPS foam, did some greeblies, painted it grey, and applied a lot of weathering. The same weathering I'm using through the airbrush on my robot. And once everything was dry, it was time for the glamour shots. So, as always, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this build. I had fun making it. Remember to leave suggestions about me doing live shows, what you want to see and that sort of stuff. Consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, keep scratching that build.